Yeah, there's no way I'm reading all of this. There's just not a chance. What I'm interested in, though, is only the warrior stuff, so that's all I'm going to look at. that's all we need to do tonight anyway. Developers' notes feel that warriors are in a good place overall. However, there are a few places we'd like to make improvements to each spec and to the class as a whole. Warrior survivability in particular has been a weak point, and endurance training competing against powerful throughput nodes at the bottom of the warrior tree make it difficult to talent into. We're combining endurance training and reinforced plates to put the choice in the second tier, which has more choice against other utility and survival nodes, and thus be easier to spend points on. So you're making us now choose between that and something others that also gives us survival? We'll see. Weapon specialization nodes have been increased to 2 points to keep the tree structure and overall talent build costs similar. And the nodes have been rearranged slightly to make the choice about how to access Avatar more distinct for each spec. Okay. Reinforced plates on a 2-point talent that grants 5% stamina and 5% armor per point. Okay, you definitely click that probably, right? Overwhelming rage on a 1-point talent that increases maximum rage by 30. That's kind of cool. Two-handed specialization for arms is now a 2-point talent that grants 3% damage and 2% reduction of damage from area of effect attacks. Interesting. That's definitely some PvE stuff right there. Per point? Yeah. Or total? That's weird. Oh, I hope that's per point. Yeah, per point, right there. Dual wield spec, same thing. Oh, but it's damage and movement speed. Oh, that's insane. Okay, cool. I like that. And then one-handed weapon specialization for Prot is Thing and Leech. Okay. Thunderous Words increases your bleed damage by 20%. Was 30. Okay. Cruel Strikes, Wild Strikes, weapon specialization nodes have been changed. Okay. Endurance training has just been straight up removed. Okay. Interesting. So for arms, all ability damage is reduced by 5%. However, Mortal Strike damage increased by 66%. That's insane. Cleave by 26. Overpower by 44. Dreadnought by 44. Execute by 32. Slam by 45. Whirlwind by 40. And Martial Prowess is Overpower. Now increase the damage of your next Mortal Strike or Cleave by 15%. Up to 2 was 30%. Right, but what about PvP, right? Because this is always nerfed in PvP, so this doesn't... You never know what this even is. Arms Wish always feel good about using Mortal Strike when it's available, so removing damage from Overpower buff into Mortal Strike. And Cleave baseline to open up more rotational and build options. Okay, cool. I guess. Bloodborne increase the damage by 5 to 10 was 7.515. Interesting. Blood Surge now causes damage from deep wounds have a chance to generate 5 rage. And what was it before? No, it was Rend 2. Now it's only that. Is that what it is? Sea Smash and Warbreaker have new visuals to make it really obvious when we use cooldown, so it's even easier to see it without Igor. Great. Warbreaker's area effect now centered around a point slightly in front of the warrior to better align with the new visuals. Okay. That sounds good. Demolish damage increased by 30%. Sounds awesome. Practice Strikes now increases Mortal Strike and Cleave damage by 20%. Was 15. Awesome. Arterial Bleed increases deep wounds damage and Rend by 5%. Awesome. And Colossal Might is no longer applied by Execute. Interesting. Using a hard-hitting rotational ability regularly as a core to the Colossus playstyle, and Execute applying Colossal Might pushed Colossus away from that during Execute phase. Okay. Fix an issue caused Demolish animation not correctly placed sometimes. Okay. So for Slayer, Opportunist increases the damage and critical strike damage of next overpower by 25%. Was 20. Cool. Cleave will only trigger Reap the Storm if 3 or more targets hit. Okay, whatever. Imminent Demise and Death Drive now correctly require the sudden death talent to be taken to function. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I thought it was kind of nice that you got it for free. Sudden death. Guess not. Whatever. Yeah, Colossus Arms is going to be really fun to play. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. For Arms, at least. For Fury. Fury is an overall place we're happy with, and we're currently taking this opportunity to redesign some talents to keep their effects unique and powerful. So Titan Storm is redesigned. While Avatar is active, Rampage's rage cost is reduced by 20, and Bloodthirst cooldown is reduced by 15%. Or 15, not 15, 1.5 seconds. Okay, cool. We want to provide a new option for Avatar to impact Fury's rotation and let you make the best use of your Avatar duration with more Rampages and Bloodthirsts. This change will also allow us to maintain Odin's Fury as a powerful and signature Fury ability independent of Avatar. Okay. So you just keep not using Odin's Fury, I guess, huh? They nerfed the crap out of it before, so maybe they'll buff it now. We'll see. Reckless Abandon has been redesigned. I've been playing a lot of Reckless Abandon and liking it. Activating Recklessness generates 50 Rage, and while Wreck is active, Raging Blow and Bloodthirst are replaced by Crushing Blow and Bloodbath. Okay. So Crushing Blow is now a powerful dual weapon strike that deals 20% increased critical strike damage. Okay. But it's also increasing the damage and doing that. And Bloodbath is a powerful attack that applies a bleed to the target that is extended by its full duration when reapplied. Okay. So Reckless Abandon has been having an outsized impact on rotations. We'd like to bring the focus of the talent back to Recklessness, as well as make Crushing Blow and Bloodbath abilities with unique additional effects. Okay. So it's kind of a nerf to that, right? Because you don't get the Raging Blow and Bloodthirst just from Rampage anymore. It doesn't read like that, so it's kind of not as good. All ability damage reduced, whatever. Bloodthirst damage increased by a ton. Bloodbath instant damage increased by a ton. Raging Blow increased by a ton. Crushing Blow increased by a ton. Rampage increased by a ton. Odin's Fury damage increased by a little. Onslaught and Whirlwind increased by a ton. Same thing here. They want you to actually have to talent Sudden Death as Slayer. Thunder Blast damage increased by a ton. Strength of the Mountain, Bloodthirst, and Rampage damage increased by a ton. Sweet. Sweet. Prot Worry, who cares? Who cares? Whatever. Now there are PvP specific changes, right? That's all I care about. I'm just doing my thing. Okay, so new PvP talent, Berserker Roar. Go Berserk, removing and granting immunity to Fear Sap and incapacitate effects for 6 seconds. Great. Also reduces the duration of the next crowd control effect within 15 seconds by 50%. That's crazy. That is nuts. That is so good. It's not like you can kill banners. You just have it. You just have it. And is this every 30? Is this every 60 seconds? Berserker Roar? That's crazy. Some PvP general changes at the top. Okay. What are they? So Dragon Charge has been redesigned. You can now move slightly left and right during its effect. Cooldown increased by 45. I mean, it's just bad. Right? It overrides Heroic Leap. Trash. I don't think that's very good. We'll see. Dragon Charge can no longer be cast while rooted and may be double tapped to cancel early. That seems so bad. The Rebound PvP talent now increases the damage of the spell. The Reflective whatever. Rallying Cry is now 100% more effective in PvP. Okay. But they also nerfed the talent, right? And when Warbringer PvP talent's been removed, so Sharpened Blade is now just part of your Warbreaker. If they're gonna do this, if they're gonna nerf Sharpened Blade like this, they should just put it as a baseline effect with Warbreaker and let us take another talent. Storm Destruction now works with Demolish, which is interesting. Master and Commander no longer increases the effectiveness, but it's double effective. But effective how? Like lasts longer or gives you more health? It's also kind of like scary that way. It falls off harder too. People aren't paying attention. They just get chunked. The following talents have been removed. So Shadow of the Colossus has been taken out, which wasn't good anyway, and War Banner got taken out. Death Wish makes you more swole. No more Barbarian, which I use sometimes, and no more Battle Trance, which I use sometimes. But whatever. It's all good. Let's see, what kind of PvP stuff are you talking about? We're making updates to PvP talents focused on removing, replacing, and modernizing our designs to encourage talent diversity, to save keybinds, and reduce complexity, and carve new gameplay space. Okay. So, Conqueror's Prized Varnish and Conqueror's Prized Lacquer are now purchasable from Lalande and Dornegal for 875 Center and Conquest, respectively, and can be... So these are for your crafting items. Cool. These new consumables allow players to avoid having to choose between catalyzing PvP and PvE armor. Oh, I see. For example, a player can acquire Hero Track chest piece from Mythic Plus, convert it to their class set armor at the Catalyst, and then purchase the Conqueror's Prized Varnish to reach the same level PvP item level they would receive. Oh, okay. So they just apply it to the thing, and then it gets PvP eye level. Cool. Neat. All Liberation Undermined class sets are 50% effective in PvP combat, right? As usual. So, and then there's just some stuff, right? Initial spawning of the node at Waterworks now spawns 4 seconds later, right? So make sure people get there, right? You know, it's kind of like rougher to fast cap. Okay. Interesting. All right, that's cool. I mean, the main thing is Warrior's looking like it's going to be really fun. A lot of increased damage on Warrior. I don't know if other classes are getting the same kind of damage buff, so just a quick scroll. I mean, like, is everybody else getting 40, 60% increased damage on their stuff? I sure are yapping other classes. I mean, you know, there's some big numbers on these classes too, but yeah, the Warrior stuff looks really fun. That will be sick. I'm gonna log in tomorrow and try out Arms and Fury. I hope Fury is still fun. I am excited to play some Arms because we've been playing mostly Fury, but I love Fury, so I'm not mad about playing a bunch of Fury. Regardless, should be fun. Today was good. We got our Gladski done. We did kind of end up on 1 win away from Strategist, which is like, eh. We did win the final game that we queued before the season ended, so you know, that counts. That counts in my book. We're gonna wear our rank 1 arena titles anyway. I'm probably not putting a pennant on regardless, so it doesn't matter that much, but whatever. All in all, Arms looking fun. Fury is also getting some good buffs, so Fury will probably continue to pump too. I'm looking forward to that. We'll try out some of the new mechanics. That'll be good. That'll be good. All I really care about is the warrior stuff, and warrior stuff's looking good. I don't know what the other classes are. Here's what happens whenever warrior gets like some cool change. Like, oh my gosh, warriors are looking insane. We're gonna be so good, and then you realize what all the other classes got to, and you're like, oh crap. But hopefully warrior's gonna be popping off tomorrow. Should be fun. Should be fun. Yeah, I'll link it for you guys too. But good work all around today, guys. Good work all around. GG's.